Warning, this episode contains adult language, mature situations, a protagonist that hesitates to act, a love interest who's oblivious to this friend's feelings, beautiful artwork, and manga news. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Spiraken Manga Review. I'm your host, Zan, saying konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, and what's up? Hope all of you are doing well out there in internet land. Hope you're excited for another fun-filled episode of this awesome podcast, which you can find at www.spiraken.com. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, and various other social media sites. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications to hear more episodes. And with that in mind, let's actually get to the review of the day. Because if you remember from that last episode, I spun that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga. And it turned out to be reviewing a very interesting manga, a unique manga, a manga which is a different shoujo than I expected. Because this manga was written by Momoko Koda, and it's almost an autobiographical manga. She says, this happened to me. No, really it did. But it didn't, because it's very different. But this was published by Shueisha, and it's brought over by Yen Press, meaning it's not a Shonen Jump series. The original run for this was November 2010 through 2013. It was released in Bisetsu Margaret magazine, and there are 10 volumes. This is a complete series. There are no more that are coming out. And the demographic is shoujo, and it is a romantic slice-of-life series that is known simply as No Longer Heroine. And this story is very different and kind of a cool concept, but let me actually get into it in a very different way because this is a shoujo manga. So once upon a time, a young girl was a vibrant freshman high school student who had a long-time standing crush on her best friend. A very aloof man that she loved with all of her heart, but stood, despite her deep feelings for him, she was content with being his friend and supporting him from the sidelines, with the hopes that eventually, once he got past all these random girls that he would date and fall in love with, she would be there waiting for him and they would get together because she's the main character of this story. However, everything changed one day when a new young girl appeared, an awkward young girl who's very shy, and after she defends him and he defends her, they end up dating. Oh no, what's going to happen with this young girl whose feelings at first like, oh, this is just another one of his flings. He won't fall in love with her. But he notices the little things about her. And she notices the things that only this young girl, our main character, notices. So our main character is determined to break them up and make her childhood friend realize his very true feelings for her. There's only one problem, though. After a bit, it doesn't work. She ends up saying, you know what, I'm going to deny my feelings, I'm going to go out with someone else, and goes on a date. It goes horrible. He shows up there to help her out, to help her, and she finally confesses her feelings to him, that she loves him and cares about him. Unfortunately, these feelings are not returned. They're given up. They're told that I don't like you that way. And he ends up retracting, and she's lost everything. She faces her fear and rejection and heartbreak because she put herself out there finally. She said, I'm not the supporting character. I am the hero. I am going to do this, and this will work out for me. And unfortunately, she got shot down. And this is the story of how a young girl fixes her story and makes herself who she needs to be. So our main character is Hatori Matsusaki. She is a very impulsive, colorful, and kind of bombastic character who is stupidly in love with her best friend, Rita Terasaki, which is really weird for his name to be Rita. And as I said, he ends up falling in love with Miho Adachi, who is this girl with glasses that he saves from two bullies, and then she is the perfect heroine. She's this awkward loner who ends up opening up because of Rita's encouragement, changes her glasses for context, starts being more outgoing, but is the person that when Hatori starts talking about all the other girls that Rita has dated, Adachi says straight up, I don't care. If he wants to go out with someone else, that's fine because I love him and I want him to be happy. And that's arrows right in Hatori's heart because she doesn't know what to do. She's like, this girl's too perfect. She is the true heroine. I'm just a side character. That's the thing. And she doesn't know how to deal with this. So eventually, she tries to give up, tries going out with a bunch of guys, and it does not go well because there's no one like Rita. Rita is like a 10, and everybody else in her class is like a 4. Until later on when she falls in love with a basketball ace who is someone a little different, who's like a boy band member who's super athletic, but who's a shameless womanizer, but that's later on in volume 2. But the whole thing is Hatori coming to her feelings about this. And the story itself, something I love about the story is the fact that the whole premise of this is that everyone is the main character of their own individual story. Whether they are the heroine, the hero, or a supporting role, a loser role, a spoiled candidate role, the evil villain, whatever you want. You are the main character of your story. And because everyone is the main character, they're all their individual heroes. And it's got a really great message about that. But it is a romance where it flips itself on its head because of the fact that our main character kind of just, you know, the old term, he who hesitates does something. That's what happened. She hesitated and she lost her chance. And now that she wants to get her chance, it's like she can't get her chance back. Supposedly later on in the series, he ends up going out with her, and they kind of, the two ships in the night happen, and Rita finally appreciates Hatori. But I've only read the first 2 volumes, and this is one where it's addictive and sad, and I was gonna cry reading this. It's truly heartbreaking at times because she really, at first you're like, oh, she's just a spoiled person. You see where the notes are coming from, where she's like, this can't happen, I'll be fine. She's just gonna leave. And then when the delusions break up, she doesn't know what to do. And I will say that I love her when she finally confesses to him, because she says, I like you. And he's like, you're just screwing with me. And she says every single time, every little stupid moment he's done that's made her fall in love with him. Things as simple as that one time that I fell over and you fixed my hair, or when you gave me your favorite sweet bun instead of everybody else, or that one girl was trying to make you laugh and I did it instead of her. It's all these little things that people would think are just coincidences, but she loves about him. And it shows that she really does care about him. It's not oh, he's just cute. It's no, she loves the core of who Rita is. And the worst part is that Adachi also sees this part of him. And so it's this rivalry where it's like you don't want to be mean to her. You don't want to be like, oh, she's the bad girl, get rid of her, like in Peach Girl, where Momo's rival, who's her friend who screws her over, she's a horrible bitch and you hate her. This isn't that. Adachi's a nice person, and it just, you don't want something bad to happen to her. You don't want something bad to happen to Hatori. It's like you want Hatori to do well after it. It's this very hard moment. And you don't know what to do. You don't. And after the confession, he leaves, and he's avoiding her, and she's going crazy because she's like, I haven't been to school in 2 weeks. I can't see him because if I see him, I'm going to feel horrible because he doesn't love me. Because he pretty much walked away when she says, like, I can't do that. Walked away, then came back, and because he missed his train, paid for her ride to go home. And she's like, but wait, I want to be with you, but... So it's kind of this weird mixed signals that she doesn't know how to interpret. So she's confused by this. She's worried about this, and she doesn't know what to do. And eventually, Adachi is the one that tells him to get her back into life, and that's, you're going to be in my life, and that's how this is going to work, and she's not going to give this up. And that's what this manga is. It's about not giving up, not choosing to let the fates happen. And for the design, it's really well done. It's a very simple cover. As you can see, it is just Itachi on the front, then you have Rita on the back. It says the whole synopsis with lines, and it looks really good. It's one of Yen Press's better releases in a while, and this is one where the art varies very much, because at some points it is that very shoujo-y, flowery style, but then on the other hand, you have the scenes where these thugs come to bother Adachi, and the thugs look like Hakuto no Ken villains. Just out of nowhere, they're like these evil thugs, like, yeah, we're gonna kick your ass, aren't we? Ha 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 ha. And also, when they harass Rita for defending Adachi, Adachi actually comes up and kicks them in the face. Meanwhile, Hachi's like, uh, I could, you know what? I'm not gonna cause a problem. I'm gonna comfort him because he wouldn't want to do that. So it shows that there are differences between them. They're not the same, and for the reasons of her hesitating, it's why Adachi has the advantage in this situation. So the story is well done, the characters are very fleshed out, and it takes a nice spin on the basic, this is a shojo trope. And for all these reasons, all this, I was going back and forth on this. There's now it's a slice of life romance, so if you're looking for anything harder than that or darker than that, it's not going to be here. But I think it's worth reading if you have a chance, if you love shojo manga and you want something that is different. And for that reason, I was putzing about, but I think that this manga is going to be our second highest rating, which is Borrow from a Friend and Don't Return Unless Offered Pocky. It's really good. It's something I did not expect to enjoy as much as I did. On the end, it is a quick series. It's 10 volumes. That's it. But if you're looking for anything of substance or anything else with that, I don't think you're going to enjoy this. Now, if you've actually read No Longer Heroine, what are your thoughts? Email me personally at Xan, that's Xan, at Spiraken.com. Or you can tweet me at Spiraken, let me know your thoughts. And you can tweet me at Spiraken, let me know your thoughts on this series. And let me know if you enjoyed it or didn't enjoy it. And with that in mind, let's actually get to the next part, another popular part of this podcast. We're talking about the most recent manga releases of the week. So, first off for this week, we've got some great titles on here, some which are kind of insane, some which are weird. These were released for March 7th, 2023. And we've got Am I the Actual Strongest, Volume 1. And I gotta admit, that cover with the cat girl makes me kind of interested. It's probably gonna be really harem-y, but whatever. It's gonna be pretty good, probably. Next, we have As a Reincarnated Aristocrat, I'll Use My Appraisal Skills to Rise in the World, Volume 4. Is it gonna be good? Not sure. We have Ayashiman Volume 1. This series has got a lot of buzz behind it, and I'm excited to see what this is about. It might be good, it might be terrible, but we'll have to wait and see. But let's go on. Black Clover Volume 32. Blue Box Volume 3. Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life, the light novel Volume 15. Free Life Fantasy Online Immortal Princess Volume 3, the manga. Ghost Reaper Girl Volume 4. The Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation Modozushi, the manga/manhwa/comic Volume 1 has finally been released. I think this is a Barnes & Noble's exclusive, not entirely sure though. Very popular though. Then we have His Majesty the Demon King's Housekeeper Volume 3. I Was Reincarnated as the Seventh Prince So I Could Take My Time Perfecting My Ability Volume 4. Imakoi, Now I'm in Love, Volume 5. Kakario, Bed and Breakfast for Spirits, Volume 8. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, Volume 6. Megas of the Library, Volume 6. Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, Volume 16. My Clueless First Friend, Volume 1. Now, this one's another one that's got a lot of buzz behind it. Supposedly, the anime is going to be released on Netflix and Crunchyroll. And it looks kind of cringy, but in a good way. So we'll have to wait and see how this series is. Then we have Orange to You, Dear One, which is the final sequel to the Orange Saga. So if you like the series Orange, definitely check this one out. Rise of the Outlaw Tamer and His Wild S-Rank Cat Girl, Volume 1. Shaman King Omnibus 12, Volumes 34 to 35. Superheroes, Volume 10. The Ancient Magus Bride, Volume 17. The Elusive Samurai, Volume 5. The Strange Adventures of a Broke Mercenary, the light novel, Volume 7. The World's Fastest Level Up, Volume 2. Yakuza Reincarnation, Volume 5. Yokai Cats, Volume 3. Yona of the Dawn, Volume 3. And that is all of the manga for this week. So which one are you most excited about? For me personally, I was excited about Yokai Cats Volume 3, World's Strongest Level Up, Elusive Samurai, Orange to You, Dear One. Rise of the Outlaw Tamer seems kind of interesting in a weird way. We'll see. My Clueless First Friend, Ghost Reaper Girl, and then Ayashimon. Those are the ones I'm most excited about. So which ones are you excited about? Let me know. Email me personally at Zan, that's xa@Spiraken.com, or tweet me at Spiraken. Let me know your thoughts. And with that in mind, first off, I'd like to thank all of you who have been checking out the podcast and listening. I appreciate each and every one of you. You're all awesome. Every email I get, every comment I get, every new subscriber gives me more motivation to keep doing this podcast. And I am so excited to keep doing this until I'm an old man and has to read these mangas with thick glasses, magnifying glass, and very large print. As for how things are going with the move, they're going pretty well. I'm just about almost ready to get rid of some of the major stuff. And then after that, well, it's just moving down to the new state and seeing how it goes. But I may have some new news involving one of the conventions that I always go to, Anime Boston. I will let you know about that next week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that my panels get accepted. We're going to have to wait and see what happens there. But if you enjoy what you hear, remember to like, share, and subscribe. More importantly than that, support our Patreon to help us create more fun content for you to enjoy with 4 tiers. We have tons of rewards for every member, including lost episodes, unreleased episodes, and tons of errors and things I've never released because they're so bad. But I digress. So, with that in mind, let's actually get to the part that all of you are waiting for, the most popular part of this podcast, arguably. And what are we talking about? We're talking about that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga! Yes, friends, the Wheel of Manga, except no substitute. And what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on it. And what I've done is I've assigned a manga title to each of the 10 slots. So we're going to spin the Wheel of Manga. Whatever number it lands on, the manga that's in that spot is the one I'm going to review in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 510. Yes, we are 510 episodes into this podcast as of next week. Crazy, right? I'm excited. I've done 10 episodes that are video. Do you like these? Do you not? Email me personally or comment below on if you want me to keep doing these video podcasts like this, or do you prefer the audios, which I've been doing forever and I'll still do till I'm an old man. But anyway, let's spin so you're going to review in the next episode, shall we? I'm kind of excited to see what happens. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. As long as it's not 5, I will be in a very good mood. Number 3. So, in the next episode, I'm going to be reviewing Rainbow Days. What is it about? I'm not sure, but I'll find out. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. You're all awesome and amazing. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for listening. And as usual, I am your host, Zan. I'm Gonzville. Catch you guys next time, and keep reading manga. See you later.